Hi there, it's Jonathan here. This is 4100 and we're studying the history of Israel's kings. The story of the kings of Israel is not dissimilar to the patriarchs of Israel in Genesis 12 to 50. They're extremely dysfunctional and tend to be affected by similar sins throughout multiple generations. Chapter 13 begins with the incestuous desire of Amnon for his half-sister Tamar, who happens to be the sister of Absalom. 13:12, after being propositioned for sex, Tamar rebukes her half-brother, saying, "Such a thing should not be done in Israel." Clearly there is a sense culturally that this is wrong, which is good to hear. Sometimes the behaviour of key characters in the Old Testament has you wondering whether there are any moral laws at all regarding sex. Tragically, Amnon refuses to listen to his sister's pleas and proceeds to rape her. What is poignant in this moment is verse 15. Amnon, immediately after giving in to his lust, apparently hated the woman more than he had lusted after her. Sounds like the work of the evil one. First of all, he tempts a person by saying that everyone's doing it. In other words, you should really be doing this thing. And then once you do it, he says, no one but the most debauched person would ever do that thing. Amnon is disgusted with the object of his lust because he's really disgusted with himself. Awful stuff. The story which unfolds from this sinful event is indicative of so much sin. It begins with a bad decision derived from inordinate desire and ends with ramifications which are truly enormous. I'll let you read for yourself the narrative. Absalom is rightly incensed that his sister has been raped, and this takes him on a journey that will lead him to insurrection against his father and an untimely early death. All because one man couldn't withstand and overcome his own evil desires. As we read about the revenge taken by Absalom on his half-brother Amnon and the impact this has on his relationship with his father King David, we can't help but see the family systems flowing through the next generation. As David was on the run from Saul, so now the dysfunction continues with his son Absalom ending up estranged from his father also. Some chapters in 2 Samuel are hard to follow, and these next few are good examples. Try not to let the abundance of names get you down. The main thing in this section is to keep moving through the text. Absalom in chapter 15 conspires to overthrow his father David. Take note of the journey of the Ark of the Covenant in this story. You'll notice that grieving for the people of the ancient Near East takes on a very different feel to modern Western peoples. It was cultural to cover oneself in sackcloth and ashes and to tear one's clothes when grieving. This is something that we have lost to, I think, our own detriment, in as far as it's far more typical for people to suppress their grief than to feel it in modern Western society. 46 chapters down, we're almost halfway. Enjoy God's Word.